In this particular case, it's not the phone that's being compromised, it's actually the computer that's being compromised.
Welcome back, Ediscovery viewers. Today I'm joined by Danie Barak and we're talking about how an iPhone cable can hack you. This article has been circulated on social media a few times where certain company created an iPhone cable that can do potentially bad things if you were to use it. So Danie, why don't you tell us a little bit more about, well, not this phone cable, but potentially hacked or modified version of an iPhone cable can do.
Sure. So this iPhone cable hack has been making the rounds because it looks so innocent, and what they're doing is they were able to actually fit into this little area here all the components that would be required to drop a payload onto a computer, whether it was Mac, PC, or Linux. It would allow the end user to connect to a hotspot that was being broadcast from the device from about 300 feet away.
So the cable itself, does it compromise your iPhone or your computer that it's connected to?
So that's a good question, and you always have to be cognizant about where things are being plugged into and what's plugged into your computer. So in this particular case, it's not the phone that's being compromised, it's actually the computer that's being compromised.
Got it. And we had a similar situation when there was a phone charger that was made, where you use a normal wire, you plug it into a fake charger, and in that situation, your phone was being compromised, is that right?
Right, so one of the reasons you see the thing that pops up on your phone now that says, do you want to trust this computer, was because people were using this vulnerability. It's not really a vulnerability, but it was this trust that, it was a trust that a computer and an iPhone had with each other, where if you plugged your phone into a computer, there was this understanding that like nothing bad was going to happen, you could sync it with iTunes, you could back it up. The problem is people realized that you had this capability of automatically requesting a backup from a phone, so you could actually build something that looked like a charger, that when you plugged it in, it booted up a little tiny computer, it told the phone that it was iTunes, and it asked for a backup of the phone. And then that could be backed up to the charger, maybe transmitted over the internet.
Yeah.
So it's something to still consider when you use these internet kiosks that they have in New York City where people plug their phones to charge.
Got it. So that was a different device. That was a charger that would compromise your phone. Well, what was recently circulated in the news is the actual wire that would introduce itself as a keyboard. And when you connect it to your computer, it runs certain commands and it compromises security of your computer.
You want to be cognizant in terms of like where your cables are coming from, obviously. If you suspect that it's a fraudulent cable, then you should take care. The thing about this particular exploit was that the cable itself was completely functional from the end user standpoint. Your phone would charge, your phone would sync, everything would appear to be normal. But there was this payload kind of happening in the background on your computer, and you'd have to kind of pay attention to what was going on there.
Now, and if you were to use that cable to charge your phone with a regular wall charger, it would be totally fine.
It would be totally fine. It wouldn't look any different from a regular cable.
All right, so I guess now we know a little bit more about this interesting cable that people were talking about and what it does. Thank you, Danie, for joining us in the studio today. If you have any questions for me and Danie, leave them in the comment section below and we'll try to answer them to the best of our abilities. Please follow Ediscovery on social media networks listed on your screen, and for previous videos, check us out on YouTube. Thank you for watching.